Well, for more on the situation in Ondo State, we're joined where the Deputy Governor, who is now the acting governor, following the transmission of power to him by the governor of that state, who is proceeding on medical leave. We're joined by News Central's Bernard Akede, who is live in Akure, the Ondo State capital. Bernard, thank you so very kindly for your time. What's the latest from Ondo State?
All right, thank you so much, Kofi, for having me. Now, the information I have is pretty much generic. It's the same information that almost every other journalist who is interested in the Ondo State politics has. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Oladiji, I believe is his name, he was the one who came out to state that he received the letter from the governor stating that he was handing over power to the deputy governor, who is now the acting governor of the state, and taking over, or rather seen to the helm of affairs in the state at the moment. The governor has gone on another medical leave in Germany, as we're told this time, and well, he clearly has handed the power over to the deputy governor. So that's the most we have at the moment. We're hoping to get more information concerning this. The only interesting thing now is that this statement did not exactly specify when the governor will be returning to office. So it appears that the acting governor now, who is the deputy governor, is indefinitely in capacity of acting governor. We're waiting to see, or first of all, to get his press release. Hopefully by tomorrow morning we should get a press statement, press statement from the acting governor to hear what his first few steps will be in the first few days in office as the acting governor. And then from then on, we are believing that there will be a spiral of activities and events that will go on in Ondo State. We are in Akure, the capital of the state, and life seems to be going on as normal as usual, or as usual as normal, depending on how you like it. Okay. But from tomorrow morning, I'm definitely sure that we'll be getting to hear certain stories. All right, Bernard,
what's the mood and the feeling amongst people you've come across on the streets of Akure, the Ondo capital, about the absence of the governor of Ondo State, who has been, absent from the state in neighboring Ibadan, or your state, since returning to the country on September 7, 2023?
All right. Now, earlier, from what I've been able to gather, there was a lot of agitation from the people, knowing that their number one citizen had not been on seat. They knew he was ill, but the extent to which his illness had hit him was not exactly known to the people until images of the governor looking frail and very ill began to hit social media, and then there were certain governors who paid him visits in his Ibadan residence in Oyo State, and then they began to know that this was actually a serious situation. But I think they've gotten past that, because after knowing that the governor is ill or was ill, and then he's not been on seat for a while, and then there's been different political play, so to speak, going on in the state, they've gotten used to that. I think the question on the minds of most of the citizens or indigents here in Ondo State was, what exactly is going to happen next? And that has lingered on for quite a while. But now they see that now that the governor has relinquished power, so to speak, to his deputy, now it's an entirely different turn of events. But like I said, business as usual is going on. By tomorrow morning, when the press statement eventually is released by the acting governor, then we'll see, depending on what the press statement holds, I think that will determine the new action or the new behavior of the people. But for the political class, I think they basically are on the edge of their seats now. I'm waiting to see what this new acting governor is going to do, if he's going to make any changes, or if it's going to be business as usual, continuing from where his boss has left off.
Is there a sense, and you talked about business going on as usual, but looking at the governance of Ondo State, from the civil service, to the corporate structure, the commissioners, the ministries, departments, and agencies of government, is there a sense that the absence of Governor Rotimi Akeredolu from office since June, July, when he was abroad to when he came back till now, has affected the smooth governance of Ondo State?
Well, You can say that this is my personal opinion, but then again, if you follow the politics of the state, you will see that my personal opinion probably may be public opinion as well. Now, the absence of the governor, the absence of any leader in any organization definitely will affect, I beg your pardon, the smooth running of the state. And I think the same has applied here in Ondo State, particularly in the capital, Akure. But while there were those who who owe their allegiance to the governor, there also are those who owe their own to the deputy governor. So definitely what we've seen in the past few weeks and few months is that for certain reasons there are those who do not want to make the status of the governor known to the general public and the general populace. So, of course, that has caused some kind of distortion in the running of government. And that's why we've been seeing different kinds of drama emanating from Ondo State right from September, like you mentioned, when the governor took ill, I believe, and left office. But they've been able to keep it under some kind of control, except when things get out of hand and then we begin to hear that in the news. So yes, but again, to answer your question, so far so good. I think it's been able to be kept under some kind of control such that it's not gotten so bad up until now. But of course, because at some point the people demand for their number one citizen, and then of course the civil servants and the workers in the state also demand that they need to see who exactly is running the state. That's why we are where we are today at the moment. I think demands of the people have gotten so loud, and demands of the people in government as well has gotten so loud that a statement has to be made, and the governor and his team or his supporters have to take a stand. Is he going to hand over power? Should he hand over power, or should we continue with what we see? I think that, again, like I said, is what has led to where we are today.
All right, Bernard Akere, it's good to see you, and we'll be getting back to you as time proceeds for more updates from Akure, Ondo State. And stay safe. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having me, Kofi.